Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Mike. And guess what? It's been a long time, baby. But this is another edition of the Trucker Diary series. What's up? How y'all doing, man? It's been a while. I know y'all been waiting to hear my beautiful, lovely, sexy-ass voice. And now you got it. You know what I'm saying? And this episode, I'm planning on releasing this one as soon as I get back. But right now, I left Miami, technically Opelika, Florida, outside of Miami. And I'm heading back to Jacksonville, you know what I'm saying? So during that time, you're going to hear my lovely ass voice. It's been a long time. I miss y'all, man. I miss all two of y'all, all four of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things have transpired since a few months ago. Last time I was talking with you, I was employed by a trucking company, but now I left that said company, and I'm working for an independent guy, and I actually have a place to stay now. I have a studio set up, so I'm making music again. So everything is sort of getting better. You know, money's coming and going, you know what I'm saying? But it's better. Life is a little bit better. I know I complain a lot. Of course, you don't know because I haven't done any episodes, but I do complain a lot. I be crying and shit. But there's a slew of things I want to talk about, man. But I hope you guys are doing well out there. You know what I'm saying? I've been, working out a little bit, 3 times a week. As much as I can. A lot of my routes now are at nighttime, so usually when I get off in the middle of the day, or sometimes in the morning, I will do a workout and then go to bed and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things I want to talk about. Talk about some interesting books that's coming out, some sports. But most importantly, this is the most important topic I'm gonna talk about. And you know what it is too, right? And I hope you guys have been paying attention to the things that's been going on since my little hiatus. But yeah, baby, it's around the corner, baby. It's around the corner. Approximately, 3 days from now? November 19th, baby. November motherfucking 19th. You know what that is? You know what it is, baby. Shenmue 3. Yeah, baby. That trailer came out, and I gotta say, they really recognized the patience and the passion of the fans that have been waiting for so long for this game, for this story to progress. You know what I'm saying? Shenmue 1. You know what I'm saying? You start off in Japan, you watch you watch Ryo Hazuki. You watch his father get murdered. You are Ryo Hazuki. And you coming home. You running home because there's some treachery afoot. You know what I'm saying? And you get home, first of all, your dojo's sign has been busted. You see a black car outside your damn house. And then you go and see your caretaker, Ini-san, on the floor, on the ground outside the house. She's on the ground. This old lady that takes care of you is on the ground for some reason. It's like, what the hell is going on? And she's like, yo, I'm fine, but Hazuki-sensei. Father? So she points to go to the dojo. You go to the dojo. And you see Father fighting with this mysterious Chinese guy. This mysterious Chinese guy is asking him questions about a mirror. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, what is going on? And this Chinese guy, was like, I'm gonna ask you one more time, where's the goddamn mirror? He didn't say it like that. I'm just paraphrasing. I'm a little excited because, I haven't been speaking to y'all in a while. I got a lot of passion that I don't show because, I hide behind my own insecurities or whatever it is. But I have a lot of passion, a lot of love for certain things, certain masterpieces. that may not be on the mainstream. It may not be popular. It may not be along with the trends. But I seek and I know masterpieces when I see them. It's kind of like a great kung fu movie. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, you see this Chinese guy. His name is Lan Di. He's talking to his father like, yo, I mean, I'm here for the mirror. Where's it at? And the father's like, yo, I'm not telling you nothing. You're going to have to do something. I'm not telling you. I have no intentions. And then you see your dad, your father, fight this mysterious Lan Di in an epic kung fu battle. And clearly Lan Di is the better of the two. Master of an unknown Chinese martial art. Gets into it with his father. Knocks him down on the ground. Then he says, get up. You know what I'm saying? Then he talks about some backstory that you know, as you progress through the story, you find out more about, you know what I mean? He's like, yo, do you remember Chao Sung Ming? I'm probably saying it wrong. Chao Sung Ming or Sung Ming Zhao. Do you remember that name? That's the man you killed. You know what I'm saying? So you sitting there like, my dad killed a person? My dad would never kill a person. And that's what you're thinking. And then while you're thinking all that, they still fighting. Lan Di says, get up. I'm allow you to die like a warrior. You know what I'm saying? And I'm over here driving right now. I'm in the middle of traffic. I just saw a sign. There's a crash ahead, and it looks like a pretty big one. So I'm gonna slow down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you recognize the passion of what I'm talking about in Shenmue, right? So this is Shenmue 1. What I'm talking about is the first scene. It's a very cinematic. Whoa, okay. It's a very cinematic game, and the first scene of the game you have to go is this thing is unfolding. I'm over here stopping now. It looks like it's a pretty big wreck. Man, y'all stay safe out here, people. I always say that. Hope y'all being safe out here on these streets. You know what I'm saying? It's real out here on these streets, man. You know, I think it's Saturday morning, it's Friday morning. I don't know what the fuck, because days, it don't matter. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hold on just a second. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me? You know what I'm saying? Give me a thumbs up if you hear me. You know what I'm saying? Because another thing too, this new trucking company, I'm in a different truck, right? And I remember in old episodes I was talking about, yeah, I may have to learn how to drive a stick. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm driving a damn stick. I'm driving manual. This is old school, bro. I'm driving a 10-speed. You know what I'm saying? So I had the phone, my recorder next to my mouth, holding it. But since I got to slow down right now, I'm going to have to shift gears. I'm going to have to downshift. You know what I'm saying? I got to downshift. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm over here downshifting like a mug. So what y'all doing? I'm good. So yeah, it looks like there's treachery afoot up here. Every time I have my girl with me, shout out to her. She's been riding the truck with me on some of the routes. She couldn't be with me today, which is fine. But shout out to her. I love her. But it looks like it's a major wreck up here. Jeez. But every time I would make her laugh. Anytime there is a wreck or somebody getting pulled over, or you just see lights, you just see the fuzz. And I always say there's treachery afoot. And it always makes her laugh. Oh man, I guess we smushing down to one lane. See, y'all gotta be safe out here, man. This looks like a catastrophic ass wreck, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep this episode kind of brief because I be talking a lot when I be doing these episodes. Cause I be passionate, man. I be real passionate. But it looks like there's a big ass wreck up here, and it looks like we're gonna have to get off this exit. You know what I'm saying? It looks like we'll have to get off this exit. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause it real quick, but keep that Shenmue shit in mind. Keep Shenmue in mind. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying right now. Keep Shenmue story in mind. I'm gonna put you on pause for a second. This is the Trucker Diary series, you know what I'm saying? This is Mr. Mike talking to you. Hold up, all right? Hold the fuck up. All right, I'm still here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a little detour. I'm on 95 North, you know, exit 173. It was a big ass wreck, I guess something on the bridge. They made everybody get off the exit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody had to get off the exit. 3 lanes converging into one exit ramp. And then go, you know, get re-enter on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens out here. That's why I be telling y'all, man, these Trucker Diary series, to be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head on the swivel. You know what I'm saying? I'm recording, but my head is on the swivel. You know? Why y'all not? Why y'all bullshitting? Why y'all not checking your 6? You know what I'm saying? Why y'all not using your mirrors? Or using your signals to switch lanes and shit? Why y'all on the phones like I am? But anyways, though, yeah, man. Shenmue 1 starts off confrontation with your father and this mysterious dude. They exchange blows. Landy says, yo, I'm gonna allow you to die like a warrior. Then he strikes him in the chest. Like picture the hand movement of Hadouken. You remember the Hadouken in Street Fighter? Remember the movement, the hand movement when he does it? That's what Landy does to your father. Strikes him right in the chest. And then his you know, his dying words were to the son. You know, Landy gets what he wants. And even before that, you know, Landy threatens to kill you. Landy grips you by the neck and says, tell me what a damn mirror is or your son's gonna get it. So he said, no, don't do that. I tell you what the mirror is. So he tells him where it is. He drops you on the ground. You grasping for air. And then, you know, confrontation continues. Strikes the father. He bounces. So you're sitting there with your father. And your father in this last breath says, keep friends. Those you love close to you. And then he dies. Then it's like, yo, this dude just came and killed my dad. So the whole quest of Shenmue, you finding out who is this motherfucker? Who is this dude that just came through, killed my dad, took what he wanted to get, and then bounced? Who is this guy? So you walk around. The game is just walking around your neighborhood, asking your fellow neighbors, you know, what happened? You know, the people talk about the black car that sped by and all this stuff, and that's how the journey unfolds, man. You know what I'm saying? And you try to find out anything. So you know, you uncover some clues and shit, and you find out he's at the local harbor in Japan. So you go work in the harbor as a forklift driver. You know what I'm saying? And you get in some run-ins, you get into some run-ins with a local gang there, and they know about Landy. They know about the dude, and you find out all this information. Shenmue 1 ends. The story, he didn't find him. The information he has, he went to Hong Kong, and so the Shenmue 1 ends in Japan. You on your way to Hong Kong. And so Shenmue 2 starts you in Hong Kong. And that's the whole game. So the whole game, you in Hong Kong, you don't know nobody over here. The first day you get there, you get robbed by some kids. You know what I'm saying? They take your money. And you try to hustle your way trying to find information. You gotta get jobs, odd jobs, you gotta gamble, you gotta do all this shit to maintain money. And then you find out he fled Hong Kong. Now he's in inland China, in Guilin, in the mountains. Beautiful area. You meet this girl, Shenhua, and you find out all this other information. And then after that, the story just ends. And you left with the story goes on. And the story goes on for an 18-year hiatus, if you will. And now it's about to come out on Tuesday, November damn 19th, 2019. You know what I'm saying? Lives have changed. 18 years ago, I was a completely different person. You know what I'm saying? I was in the Navy and shit. I came out the Navy. I stayed in Jacksonville, Florida, my new home. Met friends here, went to church here, left church here. You know what I'm saying? Went to college. You know what I'm saying? Got a bachelor's degree in film. Tried to do some shit with that. Didn't necessarily work out. Got some experience. Became Mr. Mike here. Became a father here. You know, amongst other things. All this time has transpired. All these events have transpired. Many women came and went in my life. You know what I'm saying? And now, in about 3 days, Shenmue 3 is about to come out. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing, baby. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Shenmue 3. The trailer, it recognized the weight. It starts off by saying 18 years have passed, but time sort of stood still for the story. I'm paraphrasing, but that's the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? And it just recognized the patience and the passion of the fans. I've been in social media groups supporting this game. Kickstarter, crowdfunded. I crowdfunded this game, and it's finally coming out, baby. So when it does, I don't exist. I'm gonna get off of Facebook, all this other social media bullshit, and I'm just gonna be focusing on Shenmue 3, my music, my son's life, of course. That's the most important thing. And that's it. And occasionally making love to my girl, of course. You know what I mean? That, you can't go without that. She's been there the past 3 some odd years holding me down. So I appreciate you, love. But yo, Shenmue 3. That's all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I hope y'all doing well. After I went past that little patch of wreckage on 995, the sun is coming up. It's 6:43 a.m. on a Friday or Saturday. I don't even know what day it is. It don't matter. Because Shenmue 3 is coming out. You know what I'm saying? But enough about that, you know. What else I was going to talk about? I had it in my head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got this new job, this new gig. You know, it's paying more than my last company. You know, I get a chance to save up some money and eventually get my own truck. And then I dictate when I go. You know what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, man. Things are sort of looking up. Got Shenmue 3 on the way. PS4. It's all ready to go, baby. It's all ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So, what else is going on out here in these streets? I'll talk about some boxing a little bit. Canelo Alvarez just destroyed Sergey Kovalev. You know what I'm saying? He went up 2 weight classes up into the light heavyweight division and knocked out Sergey Kovalev with a nice combo. Went to the body, left hook upstairs, and then a right cross right on the chin. Perfect shot. Made Kovalev crumble to his knees. He hit his head on the ropes on the way down. And the ref, as soon as he landed that punch, the ref was like, yep, that's it, bruh. 11th round KO in a light heavyweight division. That's crazy, man. So he's pretty much worth most every penny of that mega deal he signed with DAZN, DAZN, or whatever the fuck it's called. That $365 million contract for 10 fights or 11 fights, whatever it was. He's owning up to it. He's got his money. He's beating people, knocking motherfuckers out. What up? Everybody's calling out Andre Ward to fight Canelo, come out of retirement, but I don't think he's going to do that. Andre Ward is sitting pretty. He's undefeated. He ain't trying to fuck up that record. He's not trying to, prove nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's good. He's commentating now. He ain't got to worry about injuries. He's got a beautiful family. I think he's going to chill out. I don't think he's going to come back. He's going to do the Marvin Hagler. When Marvin Hagler left, that was it. After that controversial fight with Sugar Ray Leonard, which I think Leonard won, but a lot of people will still debate to this day that Hagler won that fight. They gave it to Leonard, you know what I'm saying? And Hagler's like, all right, that's it. I'm done. And he never came back. And I think Ward is doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He had some 2 big fights with Kovalev. That first one was really close. And then that second one, Kovalev couldn't answer to him. And Ward, beat him again and was like, all right, I'm done. I don't have to prove nothing to nobody no more. And that's cool. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? So Pacquiao still knocking motherfuckers out. Not knocking them out, but that last fight with Thurman was like, yo. I mean, I already talked about that, but you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on in boxing news. And yo, goddamn, this football, I just saw the highlights of this damn, I don't watch a lot of football. I don't watch a lot of NFL. The only thing I care about is the Jaguars. And we're 4-5 right now. We just had a bye week. We're playing the Colts. It's not looking pretty for us to win the division, much less make a wild card. I don't think it's looking good for that. We got to win the rest of these damn games. We got a division game coming up, the Colts. So I don't know. It's not looking good for us. But I happened to watch the highlights to the Browns versus Steelers, or Steelers versus Browns, I should say, because it was in Cleveland. And Cleveland won the game. It was 21-7. Last 8 seconds, motherfuckers just got into it. The quarterback, I forgot his name or whatever, Rudolph, and Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was pressuring the quarterback. He was pressuring him all night, really. Pressuring Rudolph. Rudolph got rid of the ball, threw a pass. I think it was incomplete or whatever. But Myles Garrett was still in motion, and he hit the quarterback after he threw it. And apparently, after that, they were just scrapping at each other on the ground. And if you really look closely, Rudolph, the quarterback, was tried to remove the helmet from Myles Garrett, and he was unsuccessful. Myles Garrett was like, "Oh, you gonna try to take my helmet off? Fuck you! I'm gonna take yours off." Took his helmet off, even with 2 of the Steelers linemen, was in his face, trying to separate him from the quarterback. The quarterback got off the ground, was coming after him with no helmet on, because Myles Garrett got his helmet, and then strikes him on the head with his damn helmet. Never seen no shit like that. That's crazy. So I think now he's suspended indefinitely. I think there's only 6 games left in the season, so he's suspended for the rest of the season. For now, they may amend it to where he may get some time. He may get. So fucking. Yeah, Myles Garrett got suspended indefinitely. And goddamn, this fucking app, man. I'm over here running my fucking mouth for 30 minutes, not knowing that my phone fucking froze up in the middle of my recording. I said so much shit after that, and I'm gonna have to redo it again. But yeah, the motherfucker got suspended, and that's that. But in other news, I was gonna talk about. I'm gonna keep my fucking eye on this shit. Sorry about that. I just hate when shit doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? You do the thing, these fucking machines don't work, and I just can't stand it. And you wasted all that material. You think you got a good thing, and it just doesn't record any of it, and you got to do it again. And it's I'm doing this. I'm driving. You know what I'm saying? This is the Trucker Diary series. So there's no script. I'm going on top of my dome. So if I spit it out to you, it's from my heart and it's not recorded. So you're getting it. And if it's not recording, sorry about that. If that busted your eardrums. But yeah, in other news, I meant to mention shout out to Rosalind Bess. She has this new book coming out called Shit Happens in Church. And shit is an acronym. And I completely forgot what it meant. I think the H is for hypocrisy. The H part in shit, I think, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it's talking about some of the hypocrisy and some of the negative instances and incidents that happen in the church, some of the shadiness, some of the evil things that lurk in secret in the church. And this writer, this Miss Rosalind Bess, I used to call her Miss Bess, she was an avid member of the church that I grew up in. I'm not gonna give out the church. She'll probably talk about it in the book, remember, and mention the name and all that. But I grew up in this church, and this church also had a school that I was raised in all the way up until high school. So I was raised particularly in this private school and the church. So you knew everybody, you knew the families, you knew the teachers, and a lot of the teachers weren't certified teachers to begin with. They were just regular ass members from the church teaching me arithmetic, teaching me language and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like a lot of my knowledge was behind. Like when I went to this school, like in middle school grades, the stuff I was learning in 8th grade, most of you who are listening who went to public school, you will probably learn what I was learning in 5th grade, meaning that, yeah, what I was learning in 8th grade, you probably already knew how to do in 4th and 5th grade. That's how far behind we were, you know what I'm saying? So when I went to high school, to a public high school, I was overwhelmed. I was shell-shocked. I didn't know how to live a public school life. You know, I assumed everyone had a gun and all this other stuff. So I have my own experience there. And then in this church school, I saw their pastor's children get away with damn near murder. One child got double promoted. She skipped a grade. And they just sort of just skated through because their parents were principals and pastors of the school and the church. So it's kind of like, you know, they made fun of me to the point where they knew it hurt and they kept doing it. I was raised with depression. You know what I'm saying? I was raised with just not knowing how to really express myself honestly, and because everything I did, they made fun of. And I'm gonna do a better job in talking about this in my music. I kind of went over it with some of the songs in Beautiful Garbage and stuff, but I didn't really. Oh, did I pass it? Probably, I don't know. I didn't do a good job of talking about that in my music or putting emphasis on it because my lack of creativity, and I'm honest about this, my lack of creativity when it came to hip hop was like people are more drawn to graphic stories. Graphic meaning coming up from gang environment, graphic environments, and inner cities and shit like that. You know, those stories are heard more, you know what I mean? Or not heard more. Well, yeah, they are heard more. And that's what people gravitate towards. So, and me and my lack of creativity, not making my story graphic or not putting emphasis or impact on my story enough for people to relate to. Because I'm not the only one who was raised in the church. A lot of people in the South, and especially black people in the South, were raised in the church some way or another. Some people can deal with it and they still go to church and they still identify with that lifestyle. But a lot of people like me, have seen a lot of hypocrisy, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering growing up with some of the shame, just the depression. I used to like get made fun of because I knew the scriptures of the Bible. Like I was a pretty good. I wasn't perfect, but like I knew a great deal of the Bible. I knew where the scriptures were, especially in the New Testament where it talks about Jesus. I gravitated towards that. I remember them. I still do, some of them. So I used to get made fun of. They used to call me Bible thumper and all that, and they assumed my dad's a preacher. You know, he was a member of the church for many. He still is to a different church, of course. But like, but he preaches every once in a while, and he has his own convictions about that. You know what I'm saying? And but I grew up being made fun of because of that, because you know my dad's a preacher, and it was sort of been like I was supposed to be a preacher just like him type thing, and I was getting made fun of. They used to just do it, and they were just kids and stuff like that, but they knew it was painful for me, and they still did it. You know what I'm saying? They really. So I used to be depressed a lot. I dreamt of hurting or even killing some of the students there. Because it was just constant. And then my dad, being a hard man that he was and very angry, I had to deal with his stuff too. So it was kind of like this ongoing depression era, and partly due to the church. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't live a typical kid's life because of that. I didn't do drugs or anything like that. I didn't have sex until like mid to late 20s, almost like when I started at like 24 or whatever. You know, I had sex. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the church really fucked with me, like fucked with my mentality. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't advocate for it at all. And that's my story. But I just bring that up because I'm talking about Rosalind Best and her new book. She's going to talk about more stories because she's been a member of these churches for probably longer than I've been alive. I'm 36 years old, and she's been a part of that the church I mentioned for at least 25 years or more. And she's been a part of other churches. And so she's writing this book just displaying the shadiness and the secrets, the dark secrets, and the hypocrisy and the evilness that goes on, the evil that goes on inside the church and behind closed doors, behind the church walls when the service is over. Some of the shadiness she's sought and dealt with. I'm sure it caused her pain and anxiety and all these things. And she's still a Christian. She's still, from what I understand, she still walks the faith. She still walks as a Christian. You know what I mean? But she has some very bad, dark experiences in the church, and she's going to talk about it in detail in this book coming up called Shit Happens. So shout out to Rosalind Best. I'm going to get it. I believe it's going to be released around February in 2020. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be dope. It's going to be great. It's probably going to cause some turmoil within the church community. But the truth needs to be shown. You know what I'm saying? The truth will set you free. That's biblical. So shout out to her to do that. It's a bold title, but it's an eye catcher. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I support her. I support the book, and I want to talk. I actually want to talk with her more about some of the things, but I want to read the book first. You know what I'm saying? I want to really dig into the book. But yeah, I believe this is her first book. She's a very educated person. She was a certified instructor, a teacher. So she has stories about, she was up for being a principal at this school that I grew up in. She wasn't a principal while I was there. It was the pastor's wife, the co-pastor. She ran the school, and I don't think she's certified to be any of that. But since they were starting a new school in the church's name, she became the wife of the pastor became the principal, and now Miss Rosamond Best, his writer, is a certified instructor. I believe she. I gotta, make sure this is correct, but I'm sure she went to. I believe she went to FSU and graduated. She has a degree. She's a certified. And long after I left, my family left that church and that school, and I went on to Rutherford High School in Panama City. Go Rams, you know what I'm saying? Class of 2001, what up? Ever since I went to that school, that old school was looking for a new principal, and Rosamond Best was a perfect candidate for this position. And they did not give it to her. They gave it to the daughter of the pastor, who have no experience at all, not certified anything. The only school she's been to was that school. You know what I'm saying? This church school. You know what I'm saying? And as far as behind it was, that's what it was. They gave it to her, and it was like a big slap in the face from all the years Miss Best has been working for the church and the school. So it's a lot of that stuff she's gonna uncover. But that's just the gist of some of the things that went on. But shout out to her. I recommend anybody. I recommend anybody to get that book and just really see the hypocrisy that goes on in the church. I believe right now, there's a great exodus that is going on as far as the church is concerned. People are leaving the church with good reason, and I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? Because Christianity really has done a number, especially on black people. They've done a number on us. We are blinded by that faith. We are blinded. We don't see. Sometimes we're blinded to justice because of this religion. We are blinded to justice. That's what I believe. Like we are so watered down with turn the other cheek, and sometimes we even miss the point of that. But I'm not even gonna get into that. But I mean, a lot of us don't see or don't exercise our human rights, or we don't see justice. We don't see justice, and we are not advocate for justice because of Christianity in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people who go to church don't know the scriptures. They know the scriptures because it came from the pastor's mouth, but not knowing it themselves. And oftentimes, and a lot of times, they use the pastor's interpretation of the Bible instead of their own. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. You can't interpret the Bible for your life. You can't apply the scriptures to your life using someone else's interpretation. You can't do that, but a lot of people do it. A lot of people are submissive to the church, and I'm not hating all these church folks. And I still live in Jacksonville. A lot of people in Jacksonville are still stuck on this. They're still stuck on going to church and doing these things, and we're not evolving with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We're not seeing justice as it prevails. A lot of times we ignore justice and say, God, Jesus would take care of all of this stuff, when he's given us power to use for justice and freedom and rights, human rights. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we turn the other cheek when things like this lady who only got 10 years, this lady cop who got only 10 years, and she's gonna not serve 10 years for shooting a black man in his own home, thinking it was hers, opens the door and just shoots this guy. Just shoots him dead. Long trial. She gets 10 years? And she's not even gonna serve that. And then the judge and it's like they're hugging this person. I'm not saying that you shouldn't forgive anybody or anything like that, but this lady doesn't didn't give a fuck about this person she shot. She can act like she's guilty or whatever, or she can act like she feels sorry, but she's like, she saw a black man, didn't think, she just reacted, and a person lost their lives. Families are devastated. This person is devastated, and you just going to like, oh, it's okay, as if the tables were turned, if it was a black cop who did that to her or her members of her family, it'd be a wrap. There's no forgiveness in that. There's no like, oh, it's okay. They would if the tables were turned, that guy would have got 20 to life, and her trial wouldn't have been as long at all. But since she's a white woman who's done this, and she's playing a part of, oh, I'm sorry, oh yeah, we should just love and forgive and just forget, and it's like, your family is fucking devastated. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you shouldn't forgive, but yo, like, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we're not using the resources we have under umbrella that we're going to we're going to exercise love and forgiveness. When Jesus was like, I'm coming with a sword. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to point out the hypocrisy of standardized religion. I'm going to get rid of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You guys are hypocrites. That's what Jesus did. I didn't come to bring peace, but a sword. Remember that? And it's like, we just stand by and have injustice roll over us in the name of Christianity. That's what I don't like. And that's why I'm saying that Christianity has done a number on us, because we're too blind to see that. You know what I'm saying? We're too blind to see that. And that's my whole issue. And another thing is, we don't preach, Christianity doesn't preach healthy living as far as our bodies. A lot of people who go to church are overweight. I'm overweight. I'm trying to exercise that. And it's not easy, because I'm so brainwashed to eating. Oh, you gotta have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh, you gotta have meat and stuff. And when people think of protein, they think chicken. You gotta have your protein, like it's the only fucking thing that is representation of protein. And a lot of our loved ones, a lot of these gospel singers that we love, they're overweight, and they're gonna most likely die of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. We should not be fucking dying of those things, not from things that we control, that we put in our mouths. And we can't be a slave to our own taste buds. But we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about healthy living. And then we come across, we come against people like Elijah Muhammad, who has books about eating to live. You know what I'm saying? And we don't like when people do, or when people like Louis Farrakhan talk about healthy eating and stuff like that. We come against that. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, we strike, no, he ain't no Christian. He's not a representation. You know what I'm saying? That's the hypocrisy that goes on in Christianity. And I'm going off on a tangent here. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I think. You know what I mean? But for me, fuck church. I'm not fucking with church no more. I'm sorry. I still pray. I do. I still pray to God. I still live somewhat of a spiritual life, to where if I don't understand something, I don't understand, like now, I don't understand how politics and all these things are going on, global warming, environmental changes. It's tough to live this life as a black man, 36 years old, with his son coming up. It's tough. And so when it gets tough, and I've exercised everything in my power to make things right, and I still fuck up. I still have circumstantial situations that I have to overcome, and I can't do it, then yes, I pray. I pray earnestly. I really do. And then when things are going well, I have a little bit of success in my life, I thank God for that. I do. I pray. But I don't go to church. Because I see judgment, I see the hypocrisy. I lived that life from the inside out, and now I see it from the outside in. So I have these multiple angles to where I see it, and I don't fuck with it no more. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I know I was raised in it. My family, my parents, they wanted us to stay in church, and it and all these things, but I'm just not doing it. Most of my siblings aren't doing it either. It's just a great exodus. People are seeing the hypocrisy of what goes on in church. And the last time I watched porn, there's almost a section, there's almost a category of pastors who are getting caught cheating on their wives. Like pastors, I saw a clip. It was a side-by-side clip. One side is the pastor like singing a song in church, singing a choir song, and then on the other side, he's fucking the shit out of this girl who's not his wife apparently. You know what I'm saying? It's just a and the big thing was, the big video that went viral is this guy Pastor Wilson. Apparently, he was caught licking someone's pussy. You know what I'm saying? Licking her ass and all that. And this girl was not his wife. And this whole thing, that shit went viral. Pastor Wilson, and you can go to pretty much any porn site, you can find that clip now. You know what I'm saying? And so, and there are pastors who are known for using profanity, who are just money. There's a lot of money hungry dudes. Come on, Creflo Dollar. His name is fucking Creflo Dollar. Sometimes he blatantly says he's in it for the money, and people don't see the hypocrisy in that. People are still giving away their hard-earned cash in the name of Christ, and Creflo Dollar is just raking it in, telling his members, yeah, I need a $64 million new jet. Like, this is his third jet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he says he needs it, and he just gets it because people are just giving him the money. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And people are recognizing the hypocrisy in that. And a lot of the young people, my generation and younger, are saying, fuck all this. They see the other side. They see the hypocrisy. It's like, okay, we're helping this dude get rich. We're helping all these people get rich. And I'm not saying all churches are bad. There's some good ones out there who are really about living that life, and they teach it and they live it. And you know what I'm saying? But there's few and far between. That's all I'm saying. And these people are just money hungry, and there's raking in all this dough. And they found a loophole in as far as paying taxes and all that stuff. They found it because, you know, if you own a church, if you run a church, you don't have to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? And so they're just raking in money all the time, and it's a cash grab. It's a cash grab. My friend, shout out to Mufaro, fuck all this shit. You know what I'm saying? He keeps joking with me. He's like, yo, we need to start our own church. I'm like, nah, son, I'm good. I'm not into that. But that's what it is, man. It just looks like a damn cash grab. And it looks like all these dudes out here who are judgmental, who are judging your life to the way you dress, to the way you talk, what you do for a living. If you're a creative person, if you're whatever you do, they'll judge it, you know, while their lives are shady. Their sinful lives are kept in secret until it gets exposed. That's what it is. It's a great hypocrisy in church, and people are realizing it, and that's why they're fucking leaving. And people are tired of being depressed, or tired of living an uncreative life because the church is hindering their abilities. So that's what I'm about. So shout out to Rose and the Best. Check out the book. That's all I'm gonna talk about. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm going back to, hey, Shenmue 3, baby. We in this. A couple of days, man. Shenmue 3. If you haven't heard from it, you need to know. And once I get off this social media bullshit, I'm going to still do these episodes. But hey, Shenmue 3. It's going to be, this is my hierarchy. My son, my music, my girl, and Shenmue 3. Everything else, fuck all of it. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so thank you for listening, y'all. I love y'all with all my heart. Thank you for listening to the Trucker Diary series. This is Mr. Mike. I love you. Peace.